98 exits, nice route.
Okay.
Yeah, that is good to sit on there.
Okay, good.
Oh, he's gonna give you RTA time.
I didn't start.
Yeah, Roop.
Yeah.
Oh, you're right.
He's going to SDA timing.
Getting that extra couple seconds. Good luck, Roop.
Good luck.
Good luck, Roop.
Roop doesn't need luck. He's got all the skill in the world.
That's quite true. Quite true.
So the first quite a bit of this run looks a lot like No Cape, No Star World. And the very beginning of this run looks like every single other run.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah.
Good old World 1.
It's great because for the first 3 minutes of the category, you can never tell what category the person's playing.
Yeah, that's really true.
Well, except if they get Cloud or Orb.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
The only time you ever go left is for all switches, right?
Actually, I
You
believe
go left in
we
something
go
else.
left for 95 co-op.
Yeah, we've routed it. Left first for 95 co-op works better. So to get the questions out of the way right away, so 95 exit is basically the 96 exit category. It's a slightly different route, and this is a no cape category. So when you see 95 exit, that implicitly means no cape. So to answer the question that always follows that one, which exit is it that you can't do without cape? It's the exit in Donut Ghost House, the secret exit. Well, actually, it's the normal exit, but it's the one that takes you to top secret area.
True story, I didn't discover that exit until I was like 19 years old. I played this game as a child endlessly. I never found that. That was the one I didn't find.
I only knew about that exit because my parents knew about that exit, and I feel like my parents only knew about that exit because they had access to something.
Like Nintendo Power.
Maybe. If my parents had Nintendo Power and didn't tell me about it, I will be pissed.
That just raises a whole other level of missions.
Nice box jump, by the way.
Nah, I had Nintendo Power as a kid and loved it.
Oh yeah, me too.
That would have been a game changer. Hi, B.
Hi, B.
95 exit.
Oh,
no
fish
cape,
ball.
all,
Nice,
no cape,
fish
all
bounce.
skill.
What's that?
No cape, all skill.
Fish bop.
Most of us at this marathon know this game.
So, this category, well, you would think it would have no flyovers because you don't have cape, but the biggest mechanic for making this category go fast is abusing blue Yoshi and or green Yoshi flying as much as possible. So you still have fewer but some flyovers in this, but flying over with blue Yoshi isn't free.
Actually, there's a portion in 95 co-op where if you lose your blue Yoshi, you have to reset.
Garbanzo, thank you.
Thanks for the host, Garb. Nice. 313 Iggy's pretty solid.
Good start.
See you, man. Safe driving.
Bye.
He's leaving.
He's gotta take off.
Yeah.
So from here, the route's going to deviate a little bit from what you are familiar with if you've ever watched 96 Exit. For a few pretty good reasons, when he gets to Vanilla Dome, he won't be taking the Vanilla Dome lower route, the one that goes through Vanilla Dome 2, 3, 4, and Lemmy's Castle. He'll instead be taking the secret route on top that goes through the fortress.
I think this is harder than Lunar Dragon, honestly.
Harder than, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
I would definitely say it's harder than Lunar Dragon. You basically have to relearn every single stage for Lunar Dragon, which isn't the case in this one. You can get away with knowing a lot of 96 Exit to do this. But,
I think execution of this is a lot harder.
oh, absolutely. Without question. There's just so many stages that require 10 times the skill to accomplish.
Nice,
Mr. Mesquite.
You should just block out all the voices. We'll get you those headphones that lack him.
Right.
They were Darkman's.
Shit.
Oh, man. So that's why
Well,
I
so,
left.
so much for that.
Yeah.
for most categories, you'll see people taking the pipe in this stage because it's 0.5 seconds faster. But it's only faster because you grab a shell in that room, and you can't get the shell here.
Wasn't supposed to break those blocks there. It's not a huge deal.
Minor mistakes.
Yeah. Oh, missed it.
On Twitch, that's because no one's ever done a run of 86, to my knowledge.
What is 86?
Small Mario only, max exits.
That sounds like something you should do.
Totally.
Well,
You don't do much low percent yet, do you?
me, I can't shell jump. And in order to do 86 exit, you have to do a double shell jump in CI3 to get to the secret exit.
Lambie could do it.
Lambie has done it. Well, he hasn't done runs of it, but he's done all the individual levels. He just doesn't do RTOs.
Oh, that's a shame.
Pacifist percent.
Wow. Did it again. Whoops.
It does all coins. No, sorry, no coins. Yeah, but
I've done pacifist percent. It's a bad meme.
I remember that.
Oh.
That's okay.
I've never seen that style of piece of
That's exactly how I do it when when I grab the P switch instead of hitting it. I always hit it exactly like that.
do you have to go bosses and pacifist or you just using Roop?
No, I guess you're right. Agreed, Twitch Master. Like I said, bad meme. Wow.
Wow.
That was nice.
Oh yeah, you can still hard flip in 95. No cape.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yep, the cape is not at all relevant in the hard clip.
Otherwise, this is glitchless, just like 96, right? Can't
Uh,
or anything cloud.
Yeah.
Well, the only glitch that's banned in 96 exit is cape and orb and cloud.
And cloud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cloud isn't really technically banned, but it's not useful in 96 exit, so everyone always includes it. But
This is Mr. Cat's house.
Oh, Darvida's back there, isn't he? Hiding.
thanks, Slice. You jerk.
You made me giggle in the beginning.
What's up, Slice?
I think I got the wrong spot.
Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah.
That's legit.
Because the W is a meme game.
Unless you want
It's a meme game that everybody
Unless
runs.
you want to count Melody.
to. Oh, yeah, like, see,
Did you say SSW was a meme game?
Hey,
Yeah, it is.
He knew it was
you did
me.
really well in that race
Yeah.
with you.
He
Yeah.
did.
Yeah, with the
Yeah,
nightly's
he
awesome.
learned well.
So I was considered you tough.
Mills race was fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
Nightly. Yeah, we had a nightly going.
Yeah, the nightly was my nightly forfeit.
I think there's people who's not on camera right now. I don't think everybody's down here. I think we're missing people for sure.
We're missing the RPG runners. No, we need black.
I might need to buy
They'll
this
be
app
back
because
in.
They need a break from basement dwelling after 3 hours.
Yeah. Should start having some pizzas.
Is there anyone here who's not on camera? Well, it's hard for me to know right now who's not on camera.
Blunt, Albright, no.
if I already
Well, upstairs there's other people. This must be a newer route. The one I was familiar with entered Star World from Forest.
Really?
I'm pretty sure.
I feel like you only picked up this road recently.
Yeah.
Well, Waz basically rerouted the whole category recently, based on one small thing. Nice.
Yeah, so I go through Star Wars 3 and then come back.
That right there is a lot harder than it looks.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's really easy for that to go really wrong.
Yep.
And sometimes it does.
Awesome. Shout out to you.
Oh, we'll be making Mario Maker levels, most of us.
Shoutouts to the hardest stage in the game.
Yeah, Roop.
It's 15
Way to
stars.
go over the
I was a little
hump.
bit worried
Man.
about
All
it.
downhill from
Gold,
here.
Yeah.
gold tape
You got
this one,
this.
It's almost over.
Oh, look at that.
It's
15
almost
stars.
there.
A shame. No bonus
15,
thing.
15 stars for glory, I mean.
He loves those stars.
Oh no, you're right. I'm sorry. I was mistaken. There are 2 entrances to Star World in the 95 route.
Claim.
Mill with the basketball shorts.
Whoa.
Nice.
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 Sick grab.
That was good,
Sick
Roop.
grab.
That's tough. Because if that doesn't happen, Yoshi goes in the water.
Yep.
Half finished stuff. Interesting.
This is so he can easily fly through DD3, right?
Yeah, this
Or
is
he was talking about
this is
solo,
basically his
but-
first foray into Star World in order to get a blue Yoshi to carry all the way up to his next entrance to Star World, basically.
Yeah. Blue Yoshi's the star of this category.
That's it's very hard to jump through boo rings. The thing is that the gap between them looks fairly large, but interesting note about SMW is that as far as boo rings are concerned, there's no way to adjust the size of your hitbox. Even if you're Big Mario crouching, your hitbox is exactly the same size as far as boo rings are concerned. So there's very little possibility to jump through them. It's a very, very tight window. Especially big. That was way gutsier.
Oh, this stage probably isn't.
Yeah. This is one of those flyover stages.
Thank God.
Yeah.
Yeah, this
This
stage.
stage sucks.
Hate this stage.
I like this stage.
I like the background, so we get to see a lot
Oh,
of
you are.
Yeah.
Sorry. There we go.
That's actually one of my
I mean,
It
to be
looks like, it
to
looks
be
like middle fingers.
to be fair,
It's
It's
I
middle
know that.
fingers.
to be fair, this
do
is
that
actually
in-
one of the more doable stages as far as having to run it out. But it's one of those stages that it's just short enough that it feels really good just to fly over it. It's one of the shorter, non-trivial stages in the game.
Nobody likes ice physics.
No.
Did you come up with this route on your own, Roop? So that you can... Oh,
Whoa.
sorry.
Oh, jeez.
That was interesting.
That's a good spot for that to
You're good
happen.
Yeah.
Shout out
Yeah.
to platforms.
Nah, actually,
It's that weedy A button you got there.
So did you come up with this route on your own? Like the coming back out of Star
No.
World? And, oh, okay. This is just the traditional route.
No, that's established by the almighty Wasmanen.
Oh, so this is the new route.
Okay, good. You didn't have to do Slurpee in this level.
No.
He will in Chocolate Island 3, though.
What was the old route?
The old route did the lower route in Vanilla Dome first. It still did the early entrance into Star World, but it did lower route on Vanilla Dome early. And the biggest side effect of that is that this new route makes Vanilla Dome 3 10 seconds faster at least, because of the fact that after you've done Special World, Vanilla Dome 3 has a blue shell in it that you can just fly out the remainder of the stage rather than having to ride the skull platforms.
Yeah, gotcha. That's
What
awesome.
is Wazman's time in this category?
What was Waz's time? 128?
128.59.
There you go.
128.59.
Our Lord and Savior of 98 or 95, 90.
95
exit,
and
yeah.
no Cape, no Star World.
There we go.
Basically the god of anything that doesn't
Our
involve
Lord
a
and
cape.
Savior.
Deathwing is insanely good at this kind
All castles no cape
Yeah.
too.
He's
started
one-
playing that.
He's one of those obscene runners who has like an unfairly good time in 96 exit, but he got it through like his third run and decided that it was a boring category.
Yeah.
Like he has one of those
That's
times in
a great
96 I'll
position to
never
be in.
get.
What?
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh,
And then she's like, I'm done. I don't
Yeah,
need
but he
you.
just found the category
This
boring.
sucks.
He really hated the cape, like the just flying over every
Yeah.
stage. So he was just like, I'll just do no cape categories.
That's awesome. Yeah, he's a really cool runner.
What?
I like it.
You're
Yeah.
showing off his mash speed.
I feel like I don't see him live very often though. Was.
Wasmanin is just an all-around really cool guy. He's a good person to talk to. He's one of those speedrunners that's really good about wanting to help people who are getting into it. So.
Aw.
If you want low percent, you get Lambie to do it. Nice castle too.
Very good. Castle 2 is kind of a bummer stage in this category just because of the fact that every other stage sort of has some either exploit or interesting way to just move through it really fast, and without Cape, Morton's Castle is just sort of climb with the cycles. Like,
Pretty much.
there's a single cycle skip that you get right there jumping on the dry bones to make a narrow gap, but
Well, we were all busy today.
yeah, we may have missed it.
We may have been doing this.
I was too busy shooting things for like 3 hours.
Knife. Hey, you got
With
a
a
gigantic knife, and
giant knife.
I'm okay with that.
Gun show.
Gun show.
I like the dog in her face.
Everyone did. It was unfortunate that I had to kill him like 4 times though.
Nice. So right now the run's pretty much about trying to
Now we're about to
keep
see.
Yoshi, and that was awesome.
We're seeing the old school swerp strat in this
That
stage.
is old. I remember when Link used to do this.
This was before wings were discovered. This
Nice.
was the
Nice.
strat.
No wings though, huh?
This is sort of a, no, I don't. I haven't. I don't really do the wings. Whoops. That's
Dude, good plan, bro.
That was a good recovery.
This level's been great.
That is such an annoying gap to get into big with Yoshi.
It's almost. Well, I mean,
It's
It's
exactly the right height. You can never make it through. Like, it's
Yeah.
almost impossible to make it through keeping your speed.
Somebody called the vet because those pythons are sick.
Everything's called world record today.
Yeah, new world record 6 here.
Good job, Suchi. You mashed Y.
I pressed the X1s, come on now.
He pressed the buttons and got world record.
I love the spitting and retonguing of the blue shell there.
Nice.
Now, you can't do VD2 clip without a cape, right?
Yeah, you can't clip in VD2. There's no water in the wall, so you just fall immediately to your death.
That's what I thought.
You have to be really good at grabbing shells to.
Absolutely.
Well, that's the thing, is that it seems so trivial. It seems like, well, you just grab a shell and then you get to fly through the stage.
But that's much harder than it fucking
Yeah.
sounds.
Yeah,
Like,
there's-
especially if you have to do it while you're jumping.
Why
Yeah.
is the timing so weird about that? It's like the tongue just doesn't really
Well,
connect with the.
It's not even so much that. It's that most importantly for a speedrun is you need to grab the shell while you have P speed still, and that's what makes it frustrating, because if you grab the shell and don't have P speed, you're not going to be moving left or right at full speed.
I see.
So there's so many shells in the game that would be
Nice.
really easy to get.
Really cool strat there.
Oh,
Shoutouts to springboards, by the way. Springboards holding it down.
I love the tongue through the pipe like that. I do that same thing.
Mhm.
And sometimes you can get it to like come out in a weird way
Yeah.
after you come out of the
Yeah.
pipe. And you don't lose any time doing it, so that's the beauty. This is a hard level.
None of these shells are easy to grab, unfortunately. And we're off.
All right.
whoops. Whoop. We're start playing around. No, that one I initially tried. If you miss it, it's tough to keep P speed and pick up another one.
So I recently learned a strat for spitting the shell out and re-grabbing it in the air.
Mhm.
I use that for any percent no cape.
Yep.
And
That's a great strat.
That's
That's
got pretty
the-
decent. Like if you just mash like 4 times, I
Sure.
think is what I was doing.
Okay.
Like 1, 2, 3, 4, and it seems to always work as long as you're falling down, as long as you're going down.
This is a deceptively difficult stage.
Yeah,
The more time you spend out of the water, the better.
it's like the dolphins just don't quite line up the way you think they will. And doesn't it help if you wait just like a split second?
Yeah, the strat is at the beginning of the stage, you just stay to the left until you see the timer click to 299, and then you run, and it just works.
Okay, nice. 299. I'll have to remember that. So a lot of these stages are in No Cape, No Star World, so
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the strat you were talking about, the spitting out the shell and re-grabbing it in midair, you'll see a lot of it in this category, most likely. Anytime you can get the opportunity to reset it on the ground, obviously that's ideal. But if you have to do it in the air, that's the strat that we call Swirpy.
Sorby?
Swirpy.
Oh, Swirpy. Okay. Do you have to do that in Forest Secret if you've kept Yoshi?
No, it's such a short stage that if you
Yeah.
if you actually get the shell and get going, you're fine.
That's good because like if you mess it up, that'd be.
There's nowhere to land.
Yeah.
Can we get an introduction?
Me?
Introduction.
Oh,
just
I'm
think of the runner
Roop
could start.
83.
Oh, I'm Eve.
I'm Author Blues.
Barn.
City Gogger.
Skybills.
Guardian. Council Sound 86.
And we got Mr. Cab and X Dragon over there on tech holding it down. Shout outs to Mr. Dragon and X Cab for holding it down.
Sup? Good Reznor.
That's the antisocial corner. That's where you
Yeah.
get when you guys don't want to be over here.
That back
I
pattern at
just
the
can't see
beginning.
a screen over all you guys. I'm gonna watch it over here.
That's valid. Should have got here early and got a good seat.
Now for everyone's favorite level.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of funny. Slice Mage followed me on Twitter, but straight up, I have no idea who that woman in the front row is.
Well, name the number of times that you've shown your face on
On
camera.
Twitter. No, on Twitter. Though.
Oh, well, I mean,
There's pictures of me and Rupert on Twitter.
okay, fair enough.
I used to be a cat. Mr. Cab is what a cab comes back as. If it's lived a good life. If it's been good.
They're doing the fusion dance over there.
Yeah, I figured they were just gonna make babies.
Oh boy.
I'm sure Mrs. Cab would love that. He comes home, he's like, here's my love child with X Dragon. We have to raise this now.
Did all?
What's Twitter?
Yeah,
It's that thing with the bird, I think.
I got you.
Yeah.
You know, there's a cape right there in that block.
Yeah. Oh, let's go get.
Remember, not
That's
too much
just what
swag.
Crystal
We all know.
thought.
Yeah, oh my
Yeah.
god, that highlight.
Don't be dying.
Yeah.
Don't do what Off does on this stage.
The stage is all about the
He does.
ABC.
Yeah.
Always be
This
crazy.
coin block, I
He's
got
so
crushed by it
frustrated
one day.
when he
What was
does
that?
That coin block, that very last one on those up
Yeah.
there, I got
I always
crushed
heard
by it.
that fortune favored the bulls.
It was so sad.
Nice.
This isn't the bowl. That would be the
Nick J
John.
109 chimes in right at this particular spot of us.
Nick with the timing.
Oh, Nick J.
Wow.
Oh, it's
I guess
amazing.
Nick
course.
just loves to show up for Barbridge 1.
Yeah, the cab and the dragon
Oh,
are
Nick
behind
J.
the tech desk. Rowdy.
So this next level's pretty tough.
Yeah.
There's a blue grab that's pretty tough.
In this category, though, because he's got a blue Yoshi, he won't need it. And in fact, the
Oh, yeah,
blue
that's
shell,
right, that's
the
right.
blue shell that he would grab, since he's keeping the green shell, will actually be despawned. So couldn't
Oh,
grab it if he
cool.
wanted to anyway.
That's really nice. Of course, in No Cape, No Star World.
Right, that's crucial.
That's what
Yeah.
I was thinking of.
And that's a major sticking point for No Cape No Star World is that stage right
Resets
there.
up in there.
That's
Yeah.
that's a tough trick to do in that category.
Truman, Aaron, Brams, and Daughter in a race right now, but they all say hi to Rupert. Also, Truman just got double sandbar clip and still didn't get gold.
Ow. Wow.
Oh,
This
for a
is
minute.
bad.
Because he's bad.
Well, we don't know the context.
Well,
of
Nick
what
hit
else
it. Classic Truman.
Truman Club.
I love the shows like
Yeah, so unfortunately, these are one of the few enemies you can't actually spin jump on top of, so he's just gonna have to wait it out.
this part best one.
I love points in speed games where the runner has to wait.
Mm-hmm.
It just makes me happy.
You know they're
I
agitated.
know they hate it.
That jump
When I
right
say
there
that,
is
it's
so difficult.
Yeah,
The
that's
fact that he
ridiculous.
just got that so effortlessly is
Yeah.
really...
Roop's playing
Something.
really well so
It
far,
only looks
so-
effortless.
Well, if you do it right, it does look effortless.
Yep.
That's the strat. Make it look effortless.
I always get anxious when people do strats like that, just casually. It's like, I'm just gonna jump over this thing.
It's scary.
That is a really tough strat, though. If you jump too late, you run into the Podoboo. If you jump too early, you die. So, you can't win for
Roop's
losing.
swagging it
Nice,
out.
Roop.
And I'm assuming you're talking about
The
jump,
jump.
right after the switch.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much when I jump from that, I just try to line it up. There's those 2 gray blocks on the ground. I
Mhm.
try to line it up so that I jump when I'm just completely in the center of that.
And you do a full jump,
Yeah.
and it just works.
Pretty much, yeah.
Well, I've been doing it
That's-
wrong
I
all
mean,
this
that's-
time.
That's my visual.
Are you
visual
entering
cue for it.
special world through the forest?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think the strat that everyone else always tries to do is you jump fairly late, but you have to like control your jump
Yeah.
height. But that's a much better reference.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna steal your
Yeah.
strat.
My visual
That's mine
cue's
now.
right in the center
Nice.
of those 2 gray blocks. that
Author
stick
of
out.
your learning.
That's mine now. I own that.
Wait, how much
You
level
made
off?
that.
I made this.
Sign that.
I made this.
Author,
this.
2015.
this.
This is my strat.
I think this is probably one of my favorite stages to play in every category. I don't know why, but it's not particularly difficult, and it's just sort of fun.
I prefer the forest ghost house for
Patented.
I mess up picking that the
You-
red shell, or the red Koopa.
The
You
one
should
right
patent
underneath
the
the-
Cecil fly.
What
You're
is
the
up?
only
Patent
one.
the Cecil
You're the
fly.
only
So
one
hard
that
to
does
time.
Cecil fly. It should just be like
Yeah.
Roop
I don't,
fly
it's
or
probably
something
just the
now.
timing. It's probably just so you're
Probably
jumping
getting
too
too-
late.
I'm
Unfortunately.
getting too close to him before I
Yeah,
put the tongue out.
You definitely want to. You definitely want
Because
to
he
plan
was
to
way
tongue.
far. He was
Yeah.
like way out. Should remember that.
Yeah, that's a tough strat. The one that he there's a faster strat for the very beginning of that stage, but it's let's just call it random. Whether or not you basically either eat it or complete the stage.
Nice.
Nice.
That was awesome.
You've taught me how to do the other strats we did in this stage.
Yeah,
This
and
part goes.
you got like a 70% chance of eating it.
You missed that cake, you know.
I know.
Dude, that was so good. He didn't slow down once.
That was a great stage right there.
Yeah, it was.
No, Josh.
Good job there too. Because if you miss that little corner,
No Roy
Kills
fly,
your
but it's
beast.
equally ass
348
clenching.
though,
It's
that
not
was
like
really
any
good.
better.
I think the Roy strat is actually more frustrating in this one because you have to really manage your camera to decide where those Podoboos are going to end up on your platform.
Yeah.
And it's
Oh,
just,
yeah.
it's way
You
scarier.
can
Like the
kill it.
Roy fly, at this point, I'd take that 1,000 times in a row over having to
Yeah,
walk
the
on the
Roy fly.
platform.
That's why I always switch. Just in regular New Star World, I switch to my if I'm riding, which usually I'll switch to having Fire Flower instead, so I don't lose cape when those Podoboos
Right.
gets in there.
No, I got you. It's scary. You're,
It really is. Like if you learn fly, it's better. It's
Right.
easier.
Now we get to see if I can do fast Yoshi on this.
Good luck and fun.
Nope. Didn't get
I
it.
think you still have another one of those party cycles.
There should be something.
Would you mind if I get one?
So basically, I wanted to get P-Speed there and grab the shell on the fly, and it's
Oh,
pretty quick to finish this
there you
level, but that's kind of a tough one to pull
I
off.
think
I'm
those
talking
are
about the cranberry fruit.
Oh, yeah.
yeah, so the strat he went for there is really frustrating because the only way to get that jump with the P-Speed is to jump really late, and so the only way to grab that Koopa is basically right in his face. It's a pretty tough strat, so it's pretty good that he survived it, having, missed the timing a little bit. That's just as hard to just survive that stage.
Who is Hello Sandy?
Oh God.
I know nothing about
Yeah.
it.
Someone tell the story. Like one person.
Okay.
Does it,
Just tune it out.
I can't remember. Does this predate like Off and Sky speedrunning anymore?
Yeah, it does.
I don't know
This
anything
is
of
a
this.
couple years ago. It was someone found her, and she, her and like her boyfriend were playing Super Mario World, and would reset the game when they died.
Oh,
Completely.
I remember this.
And we were trying to teach her speedrunning. She's like, no, speedrunning is cheating. Speedrunning is cheating.
Oh my God.
And
Poor people.
I don't remember how far she ever made it. But,
Probably not far.
Yeah, I totally remember that.
And the drinking game?
oh, the drinking game. I don't remember all the rules, but it involved a lot of drinking.
Oh Lord.
Every death, that was one.
Shout out to 0 Hour Strat coming up with.
Dude, Roop is so good. Jesus.
We just made up that strat like 10
Oh
minutes ago.
my god.
Oh, and he only shot one fireball.
Roop, that was
Dude.
beautiful. Nice stage.
Very, very
That
awesome.
Reznor was
Came
just
up,
like
came
so
with that
nice
strat
to
what,
you.
30
On
minutes
the-
ago.
Yeah, he came up with that strat 10 minutes before he started his run, by the
So
way.
good. So good.
No big deal.
We were up there and
And
I asked
maybe-
him if he had a strat for that stage and he said, not really. And he went in there and he was like, I'm trying to do it this way and kept eating it. And
While we're like telling the story. Cool.
Yeah.
Wow.
Roop's the man.
This is honestly one of my favorite stages to do with that cape. I don't know
Yeah.
why.
Yeah, I really
I
like
could
the
see that.
stage too.
Wait, I don't think I can.
You afraid to make it?
he
That's
wouldn't
probably,
have.
That's smart.
Yeah, whoops, lost my P-speed. but-
That shell wouldn't have taken him all the way.
I think you'll yeah, you'll be okay.
That one will be fun.
Cool. Yeah, good job turning to the right there too before you spit
Yeah,
it out.
I've made that mistake.
I-
So the other exit for Star Wars 4, I will come back and do that later. That's later on in the run.
That's crazy me you can remember that. Yeah, I didn't do that one that, there's no
That is.
visible marker. There's
I can remember stuff like that, but I can't remember something somebody said to me 5 minutes ago. No, I think I used the notes for the route for this
I
new
know I've been
route
doing it since Justin TV.
for 2 or
Not
3
burnout.
runs.
Let's talk about CT.
I just think most people here have
CT's
been
been
doing it a while.
11, 10.
2011.
And you and I are
Yeah,
sort of the
2011.
babies for speedrunning.
No,
Well,
2012.
Yeah, I
we're-
found off
early
through
2000s.
Rupert. I mean,
Yeah, we're a little more than 2 years into speedrunning, and we're the babies of the group.
Yeah.
Roop.
and then I just don't
randomly one
speedrun.
night
That's
looking
me.
at
I'm that
videos.
token. I'm the token.
This side.
We're the token
The
non-speedrunner in the group.
I'm the viewer.
Shout outs to the viewers, man. The viewers holding down the chat.
That's what
Shout
I
outs
do.
to the viewers. You guys are the real winners.
You guys are
I'm the
awesome.
viewer rep.
Dude,
That's what I am. I'm the
MTI's been
viewer
here
rep.
all weekend.
Yeah.
Twitch Master. There've been a lot of people here all weekend long
Mhm.
in the chat.
Maloney.
Yeah, Maloney.
Can I be an ambassador? Can I be the viewer ambassador?
There
I
you
like
go.
that title
Sure.
better.
You
Okay.
can do that.
Sure.
Okay.
We can make
Okay.
that happen.
So,
Shout outs to Slice Mage for
Slice
really
Mage
putting it
figured
together.
out who I am now. He had to go through his whole Twitter follower list. That's how he found Hello Sandy.
Shout outs to Slice Mage for putting it together.
Good job, man.
just quick.
I wish I could have seen his aha moment.
Whoa.
Ooh,
Oh.
This is weird.
he'll be fine.
Yeah.
Yoshi is a permanent sprite. This is a nerdy thing. Yoshi's a permanent sprite. He can't despawn, so
That
no matter how far away from you he makes it, you're fine.
11 followers.
This is a nerdy thing. Says the guy at the weekend on speedrunning.
Right, right.
Yeah,
In
well,
pajamas.
True story.
We have our 1,100 followers
Mad
special.
props for
Oh,
that.
nice.
Yeah, this is our 1,000 follower special. Great timing.
Yeah.
Thanks, everybody.
Tubular's really hard, right? Or-
Tubular.
Oh!
Yeah, that's a thing.
What?
That happens, doesn't it?
Yes.
Well, it's a
I-
good
Well,
reason.
you're not
Well,
that
okay,
far
so the
away
thing is
from-
he's not used to going into the bottom pipe because if that P-switch had lasted,
Right.
he hadn't had to go down.
Yeah.
Then,
Yeah,
I'm trying to
that's-
decide, should I bother to go back? and get
absolutely.
video?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
like
For the
1,000% yes.
Okay.
There's
Oh my
no way it would
God.
be faster to
That's-
push ahead.
No
'Cause you have to
way.
You wouldn't want to believe it.
Balloon is so
I know
slow.
how-
There's no way it
No,
would be
just-
faster to push on because you'd
Yeah.
have to not only
Right.
balloon the next stage, but you have to ride it
Yeah,
up to
fuck
the
those
Yoshi in the third.
balloons. Are you
Yeah.
kidding me?
Well,
do you
if
not
I-
remember
if I-
balloons at the last SSS? No.
Well,
Nobody had a good time with
well,
balloons.
that's the thing is
Do
that
you remember Mill?
the P balloon.
That's what
the-
I was referring
The
to.
thing is that the P balloon itself isn't much slower, But the big problem is that he would have to then get up to the pipe to get the Yoshi and Way Cool, which would probably take an additional 40 seconds.
Again,
so.
fuck that.
So trying these next 2 levels, that's
So the 2 levels that are coming up are
Look, they're fucking dicey.
They're-
Okay, they're fucking dicey.
Yeah,
Let's
it's
get Roop
gonna.
some quiet here.
These are hard. All right, that was great. Nice. Yep. Blew my mind.
Having
Roop,
to
you're
jump.
blowing my mind.
I've never done that before. No,
You
sir.
blew
I didn't know that was possible.
But the bounce off Yoshi to keep him there though was really great.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
yeah.
the only reason he was able to make that jump over to the very first question mark block was because he dismounted at a very
Here's
precise
another
time.
Really tough level.
nope, I didn't get it. Let's go back and try it again.
Nice.
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 All
Oh my
right, Roop.
god.
Dude.
Dude.
That was nearly
was
perfect on a
fucking
stage that has no
awesome.
right to be possible.
Seriously.
No, that was just
So good.
Wow.
insanely awesome moment.
No kidding.
Like Captain America.
I think this level's hard too.
Oh yeah.
Well, it's way harder if you're not flying.
Yeah.
Definitely.
The problem with this stage is it's nearly impossible unless you have a star, and then you have to wait for the star to run out just so you can make the very last jump. So it's a dumb stage if you're not flying.
You know, special no cape really would be a fun category.
There's enough stages in it that are complicated. The real question is just, well, no, never mind. I was gonna say the real question is, do you get Blue Yoshi? But you get to go through the stage that gets it.
Yeah, it
so
would
yeah,
be just like this, wouldn't it?
for the most part.
I like Jeff's poem.
That is a good poem.
The strats.
This level's really fun.
Getting it right, it feels really rewarding.
Oh,
Right?
yeah. You know what level's not fun though? The one he's about
Did
to
you read Jeff's poem here?
Yeah.
Well, you know,
Nice. I like that.
you'd think Mondo was pretty bad, but it pales in comparison to what the rest of Special World has to offer.
You know, you just found him. Yes, you're outrageous.
I don't think I've even seen this level capeless before.
This one's not
This
so
one, I don't really have a set strategy for this.
Yeah, there's no real strat for this stage.
This is
It's,
one of those just try to make it through without
stress
dying
not
stages.
die.
let's just get to the next Yoshi, or the next Koopa
So
Shell.
basically, we all play this level just like we did when we were kids.
For this category, yeah, absolutely.
We were lucky to have a fucking Blue Yoshi though. Come
Uh,
on, let's
well,
be
yeah.
serious.
Most of the time, it was just like, maybe you were big.
Exactly, maybe.
I couldn't remember 100% for sure if I could make that or not, so take a little extra time, make sure that I can make it.
There you go.
Don't really want to play with him.
Yeah, Gasper.
Yeah, this is a pretty rough category. So
This
much
is-
can go so wrong. So
Yeah,
quickly.
this is one of the top 2 most difficult categories in this game. I put low percent up there. It's got some pretty precise
Oh, yeah.
stuff.
Oh god.
And for this level, don't die in it. Essentially.
This stage is a nightmare to actually speedrun.
I feel like it's universally agreed this is like the worst level on foot.
Mm-hmm. It is
In the
universally agreed.
Nice.
Nice.
And these little fireballs is
Oh,
partially. Come on.
You're
My
right.
God.
There you go. Alright, let's get the hell out of here.
Oh my god.
Damn, it's those fucking...
Come on.
There we go.
Jesus Christ.
Those bullet bills are really brutal right there. just won't quit firing.
I feel like this run is gonna produce some highlights.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Good job.
Yeah!
Oh,
Yeah!
Just
Slice
that I
Slice me.
Brown pants straps.
Them ass clenchers.
Love
all the way at the
Dr.
end.
Dan
Yeah.
responses with them.
Yeah.
Right on cue. No, don't be losing Yoshi in this level.
Nah, he'll be okay.
So,
It's just Roop.
so a fun nerdy tidbit about this game. Mondo and Groovy, those stages, their name in Japanese is the Mario staff is very impressed.
Huh. I never.
Oh,
Shit, dude. I never knew that about the Japanese names for
Yeah, the
special worlds.
special course in Japanese. The stages are named the same in groups of 2, and it's beginner's course, advanced course, Mario staff is very impressed, and then expert course.
Uh-huh.
How does he jump over it?
Yeah, you have to stay on you have to like throw it way early.
Rupert, you're our super player.
Yeah.
You are super player.
Mm-hmm.
Super player Rupert.
Yeah. That one didn't go exactly how I planned. Not
But you
exactly.
didn't die.
I did not
Exactly.
die.
You made it through Special World.
Yeah, Roop.
Well, the good news from here on out is now that he has finished Special World, or beaten Funky specifically, now if he loses his blue Yoshi in the future, when he gets one back, it's not necessarily the end of the road for him, just because of the fact that a lot of the Koopas will have changed to blue Koopas.
Aw, come on.
That's really interesting how that happens. This is a really fun stage without Cape, though. Like, this is one I learned for all Switches, and that's pretty fun. It's interesting that this stage is a lot more difficult than the other stages in World 1, but it's, I guess, technically 1-1.
Yeah. Yoshi's Island 3 is also very challenging when you first learn it.
Yeah. Of course,
Nice.
96,
That's
that's excellent. You just get to fly over that level.
There's a moon.
There is a moon.
There is one. Nice.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
Just promptly. Well, I think it's
pretty
better
tough
that you,
small.
like, choke there than,
Yeah,
like,
right.
somewhere actually
Yeah.
important.
Right.
Like,
Well, it's not like you had any real power-ups to lose, so
Yeah,
it was, I mean, if
exactly.
you're gonna die somewhere, that was a pretty timely
that
way
was
to
an
do it.
optimal spot.
Yeah.
Nice P kick there. See if we get the.
Hard to believe after 43 minutes, this is the first
No,
Switch
yo.
you're getting.
Yeah, 43 minutes into the run. Yellow
Yeah.
box!
Yeah.
Who needs yellow box?
I'll be getting the green one soon too.
Yeah. I just landed just a little too short on him when I died.
So a lot of this part is the familiar piece from the 96 exit route, which is the overworld cleanup, where you go through and try to basically catch up on everything you missed before you move on to actual tough worlds.
And it's funny because the overworld cleanup in 95 is the opposite of 96. In 96, you'd be going through the Donut Secret House, but here he's going through Donut Plains 2 and Donut Ghost House.
Oh, yeah. That is interesting. There we go. last time. we
Your
missed,
old
yeah.
friend.
Skipping Donut Ghost House Secret Exit, Gasper. You can't get it without a cape.
Yep, there's no way for him to get to top secret area.
I'm surprised they don't
No
allow
secret
you
for you.
guys to cloud for that.
You could, but there's a reason
pretty
why
much-
they don't.
Just be stupid.
It's
Yeah.
things like that pretty much just universally over full game categories for the full game categories for this.
That
No
makes me
glitches
happy
like that.
because
So,
that's the truth.
so explicitly, Cloud isn't banned for 96 or 95 exit, but basically the reason why we don't do Cloud in 95 exit to make it 96 exits is because, generally speaking, it should be possible for a casual player to complete any category without having to know really absurd glitches.
That's true.
It gives me hope for humanity that the SMW community are like that.
Well,
Cloud's possible, so...
I think that there's a good reason for it being that way, but I think for most people, I'd say more than 50% of people, the reason it's that way is because of tradition.
Yeah.
95 exit is just the category.
Also, a point of contention is that the cloud glitch is impossible on Wii Virtual Console, so not every single officially released version is capable of doing these glitches.
That's true.
Yeah,
I didn't realize you couldn't do it on that.
I didn't know that, actually.
I learned the hard way right before I started skipping. Let's bring that for a month.
Did that for a month before you realized you
Oh my
couldn't?
god.
I thought it was just terrible.
Tell me you at least got it first try when you got to a console.
Yes.
Wow.
But also the spirit of the 95 96 it seems to be a test of your skill in maneuvering Mario rather than weaving the glitch.
This shit's a test and resolve, Jesus.
So the trend you're probably noticing here is that a lot of the shells that are just sitting on the ground, and as well as quite a number of the Koopas now, have been changed from green or red or whatever their color was previously, mostly to blue, now that he's post-Special World, which really influences the way that this route goes. So for instance, if he had decided that he was going to do Donut Plains 2 before doing Donut Secret 1 in this route, he wouldn't have finished Special World, and so the shell that's in the second room here wouldn't have been a blue one, which would have made it more difficult for him to get up to the key to do the secret exit. So a lot of the route is informed by access to blue shells.
I think the one in here is blue, but I think you're thinking of vanilla.
That is exactly where it got.
Vanilla
Yeah,
Dome
this
3.
one actually, yeah, you're right. This one is blue, but
The Vanilla Dome 3, that's a key
Yeah.
shell.
Always fun to see people's styles in this level. All the fun little things to do.
Boredom will kill a speedrun in this level, though, for sure. When you have cape.
Yeah, levels like this are why resets are so painful. That really, like, that's the main reason that I just can't do SMW like I can other games. I just have to stop playing it after a while.
At least you don't have to go through this whole level. Like, you can always
Yeah.
take the pipe and skip,
Yeah.
like, the ass part.
Yeah, that's true. That pipe is quite...
Lunar Dragon, you don't.
Right.
You have to go through all that.
A moment of silence for Lunar Dragon.
Isn't the second half of that stage kind of hard?
no.
No.
It's
It's
just
just boring.
awful.
It's more auto scrolly.
It's just sitting through swoops and
More of the
More
same. It's just
auto-scroller.
awful.
I think that's the intention, too, is to test your patience. I
Exactly.
think that's why those auto-scrolls exist.
That's a good point, Brian. I hadn't thought about that.
Yeah, and that's...
I think the
BMOs
developers are assholes.
kind of
They
an
just made
asshole
up
sometimes.
Indeed.
It's like, you're just gonna have to be patient.
well, speedrunners in general, I mean, for obvious reasons, really dislike auto-scrollers,
Yeah,
but
of course.
I mean, they do serve a purpose. I mean, you can take a stage that's not extremely complicated and force the player to maintain a certain pace through it.
Yeah.
Be it grueling, be it slower,
Yeah.
or whatever. I mean, you know,
The
sometimes
painful
it's sometimes
slowness
it's
of it.
worse to go too fast because then you're encountering things faster than you can see them.
Right.
And sometimes it's grueling to go too slow because enemies that you would have just easily passed up are now like you're forced in containment with them.
Yeah.
So
Also, I'd like to add Mario Maker gets released on Friday, so for those of you watching with the Wii U, if you want to make some really tricky levels, that's a good way to do it.
You missed Top Secret.
I know. Should I
yeah, you're gonna
and
go
get
back
it?
and get Top Secret later.
I wonder if there's an auto-scroll option
Why
in
did I?
Mario
I don't know why I
Maker.
decided to do
Oh
that.
man, I hope not.
Well, you could make like
You
a
could have
really
always
fast
Yoshi jumped up there.
auto-scroll or something.
Yeah.
Oh no, we're getting it. I'm ready to push his shit in.
Level scrollers.
That's pretty
Can
much
you
all
make
he's
stages
gonna be
into
doing.
auto-scrollers?
That's a good question, Josh.
Not really.
You can remove auto-scrollers from stages with auto-scrollers.
Here's a real question: would you want to make the ability to have auto scroll?
Well, I don't have a problem. I don't have
you
a
could do a
problem.
fast auto-scroll is what I'm thinking.
Well, I don't have a problem with adding auto-scrollers, but the auto-scroller code is set up as specific to each stage. Like the path it takes is hard-coded for each stage. So I'd have to like hard-code in new auto-scroller paths.
Imagine Outrageous as an auto-scroller.
No thanks. I choose not to.
You would love it, wouldn't you?
He'd still just fly over it.
So at this point, he's really normalized due to the fact that, so he lost that blue Yoshi that he really would have liked to have kept earlier. But at this point, there's no way for him to have been able to get a blue Yoshi through Vanilla Dome 2. So he's now normalized with his route. Anything that he may have lost, he's now even with.
Were you gonna say something, Matt?
Oh, yeah. Well, I was gonna say, like, you know, the past few games that have been raced on this, or have been run on this stream, like, an important thing, just going back to the auto-scrollers, is that every single game has so much variety, and so anything that kind of forces the pace to slow down is actually just good game design.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you get burnt out super quick with just the same thing over and over again. So anything to introduce variety is always a good idea.
Yes, Twitch Master.
Is a really ingenious at that.
After watching Hundo though at SGDQ, I feel like they went a little overkill on the auto-scrollers in SMB3. There's just too many.
There are, that was the first game that had it, though.
Yeah.
So I think they kind of featured it.
Right.
Shoutouts to Starman for making
I
annoying
love-
stages less annoying.
I love that star right there.
Shoutouts to Starman for holding it down.
Starman.
Rupert's got a real Starman.
Yep.
Yep. It chills on the couch.
It does.
You mean Earthbound Starman?
No, he's got the same star color we do.
Hmm.
The giant one.
Ah.
'Cause there's a small one too.
When you said the real Starman, I was thinking you're referring to the
movie.
The Starman in Earthbound.
Oh, no.
The stars.
Yeah, it took me a full minute to figure out what you were talking about. You said Starman?
Oh, yeah, I forgot.
There's a cape right there if you need it.
Oh!
Oh! Oh!
I
He
thought I
wanted to
tried.
eat that.
That's alright.
Shout out to Hitboxes for holding it down.
I thought it was worth a shot.
This is one of my favorite levels in all Ghost Houses in the Cape.
Really?
This is my favorite ghost house.
Yeah,
Ghost
the
House is obnoxious.
the P speed in the first room is really fun,
Mhm.
and then the second room I can't do that one. But like when I've seen Link and other people do it.
The most fun thing to do in the second room there is those green bubbles. If you belly slide with your cape, you can kill them.
Ah. Oh yeah, that's right. You can kill those bubbles.
Who's ready for all Ghost Houses next month?
Nice.
Oh yeah, it's October. That's right, Dragon.
The Halloween meme,
Yep.
also known as the Hollow meme.
I was hoping you were gonna make that fun.
Shoutouts to memes.
Also, Meat Master.
I'm surprised Like hasn't come
You
out
guys should
yet.
do a daily race of all ghost houses for all of October.
Daily race?
Please.
Considering that you guys only run it in fucking October, pretty much, what's wrong with running it 31 times?
It's true.
Because
I
fuck
feel
that.
like
It's just so spooky. Like,
Because fuck that. Too scary for me.
I have a hard time going to sleep after playing that category.
3 scary, 5 me, man.
When is SSS3?
So fun.
Okay, so my personal suggestion for SSS is that we just do it in March and Labor Day every year. Like sometime in March, some weekend in March,
like the
and
idea
some
of fall
weekend,
and
like
spring.
some Labor Day, and just do it twice a year like that.
Split the GDQs.
I like it.
Because I really liked the March one. I thought March was a great. It wasn't too hot. It wasn't too cold. It wasn't. Somebody had to drive through snow. I feel bad for that.
Shoutouts to Blue Shells. Really holding it down in this category.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
wondering what would happen over here.
I always taking one for the team. Team player.
That
Nice.
first blue shell spit over the lava was really dangerous.
It's all really dangerous.
It
It's a
was.
Rupert
'Cause,
run.
like,
Does that blue shell exist prior to?
Nope,
Nope.
it's a red one.
That's a
Otherwise,
red one. No.
Yeah.
that's why this route does in that order, so that it posts special by the time you do VD3.
Shout outs to shells with creepy Mario faces on them.
Yeah.
Shouts to
I never
Mickey.
understood that.
Shoutouts to shoutouts.
Hey, there you go.
Whoa. Too many shout
Shout outs
outs.
to chat.
this is another of my
Another blue shell
favorite
that
levels.
is not usually a blue shell.
Oh, nice.
That's red normally.
This is one of the levels that I'm glad I can do this way, and this route is supposed to do.
Have you ever seen this stage done with no Yoshi Like
It's
small Mario.
awful. It's awful.
Yeah. See, I kind of had to do that with the old route.
You like those pigeons flying through the stage instead of the ball? Oh my gosh, the one flying from
The diagonal ones don't have another sprite.
I did not know that.
Blue shell versus.
Yeah, there's no diagonal sprite for Pidgeot, so even though it's post Special World, and all of the bullet bills are supposed to be Pidgeots, the ones that come diagonally are still bullet bills.
Party foul.
No, he's empty.
It's a good.
Alright, so here we got Magic Koopa. Everybody's favorite.
Rupert wants nothing to do with Magic Koopa.
Rupert has had some tough memories with that man.
Magic Koopa.
Fire.
Magic
Just think of some highlights.
I've never seen that room.
Now you
That middle one?
You don't play a lot of this category.
Do you not play 96 exit?
No, I mean I never saw that room. Just like casual play.
Oh.
I've never been able to enter into that door.
You entered into it in 96 exit too?
Please tell me there's not a cycle skip here.
There is. It's
There
very
is,
complicated.
But I'm not doing
Thank you.
It's pretty easy to die. I've done it a few times, but it's really easy to die.
I think Deathwing does it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he knows how to do it.
Yeah, it's not hard, but it's another one of those tricks that the trick isn't there. The trick is set up through most of the stage. You spend a lot of the stage like continuously losing and regaining P-speed in strategic
wow.
ways, so
That's
that by the
really
time you get to those steps, you can P-speed jump off the second one.
Whoa.
Christ.
It's very complicated.
The fact that you're losing P-speed, and that's part of it.
Yeah.
That's really crazy.
Love that P-speed setup.
I don't blame Rupert for not going for it. That's one of those strats that I would never go for in a marathon or a race. Just take your 8 seconds to wait for the cycle to turn back around.
Yeah.
Get wrecked, mate.
Nice Rupert. Nice castle.
How did you shoot that fireball in the pipe?
What's that?
What, Dark?
You shot a fireball through the pipe.
Did he?
Bounced along the bottom.
Oh, we didn't see. I didn't see it.
I didn't see that either.
Dang, Dark.
Nobody said anything, so I thought it was just a normal.
Mm-mm.
Oh yeah.
What during the fight?
Yeah, it's like you shot through a pipe.
That's crazy.
I'm not familiar.
I have to watch that later.
Yep.
Thanks.
Twitchmaster, you're pulling out the lurkers.
I gotta bring you
I
one.
haven't been on PlayStation as much as that.
Yeah, that's
Twitchmaster.
Oh man, I thought I saw you going for it.
Nah, I don't have that.
So the typical, or sorry, not the typical, but the fast strat for
The
this
gutsy
stage, no
strat.
cape, yeah, it's ballsy. Is if you notice, those saw blades are actually programmed to go slightly faster than the wooden platforms. So the strat there is to jump out and past it to respawn the saw blade going right, and then ride it to the end because it'll get you there just slightly faster.
But that strat I do not have down enough to do it in this category.
Yeah, the big problem with that strat is that it's sort of like just wing it, like
Yeah.
like you gotta just stay on the thing.
Gotta hydrate. Like a fucking runner, man.
Yeah. Like a boxer.
You can't be thirsty.
Got
The only shell on the stage. Shout outs to that shell.
Yeah.
Which is usually a red shell, by the way, so you can't swirp it, but here we see something slightly different.
I wonder why.
This is Cookie Mountain.
Kappa Mountain? Oh no, that's
Kappa Mountain's where Yellow
that's
Switch House
Switch,
is. Actually called Kappa Mountain, by the way.
Cookie Mountain Small M is a very good category. I know I've told you
That is a
many
very
times.
good barn owl category.
Try to make you play
These
it.
nuts. Shout out to these nuts for getting 9% in the political hole.
Right. These nuts for president.
I'm surprised someone hasn't made a Twitch
Those
name
saw
yet.
blade bounces are
Oh, I'm
actually
sure
in that
someone has.
category.
I'm sure someone's
sure
had
it's
that
out
name
there.
for ages.
51 viewers on these nuts.
It's somewhere out there.
I need to go offer that person money for their Twitch name now.
So, shout outs to Blue Yoshi in the stage for taking one for the team.
Do you run out of
Hey, Nash.
like do you swallow the shell right before? You, or,
In
like,
this
I'm
level?
assuming that you eat a shell and then you fly through. Is that not
For this one?
Yeah.
There's no shells in this stage.
Oh, so you just jump.
You gotta ditch him. Yoshi's gonna be a team player here.
Oh,
Yeah.
wait,
Ripperino
no, because
Yoshi.
then he doesn't have a Yoshi anyways. I was
What do-
wondering
Is
why.
it too soon to compare him to those guys from Chernobyl who swam into the radioactive water to save everyone?
Oh my god.
It's a very specific reference. Nice.
Yeah.
Can you do this stage small Mario only? I don't think you can.
You can't do it smart Mario only, no.
Oh no.
Oh man, doing that.
Good,
Oh,
good start
nice.
select out. Good start select.
That was quick thinking.
That was quick thinking.
Rupert grabbed midway, didn't he?
Probably.
Yeah, I did.
Good thinking, Rupert.
Whoops.
Was Brown just saying about the soul?
Shot save boxes.
Oh yeah, it's good small levels. It's really good small levels.
So basically, I have to have Yoshi to complete.
I don't want to see off the.
You want to see me do it?
Yeah, because you.
Why don't you just watch Lambie do it? He can actually do it impressively.
Yeah, Lambie did do this level since he didn't know. Pretty possible. Go watch Lambie's video.
I forgot
Okay,
how
now I want to see
hard
you do it.
that
live.
exit was. We should
I'll
probably
give it a shot for you.
just some quiet here.
Yeah, this stage has some frustrating jumps in it.
There you
Later.
go.
Alright.
Moon.
Nice recovery, Rupert.
Thank you for your sacrifice, Yoshi.
Good job.
No, don't worry. We'll see him in a second.
Not often I get to hear a 16 level reference.
Well,
Yeah,
I mean,
Slice Mage likes
so
to
even if he
Chernobyl.
had the ability to save Yoshi here, it really wouldn't be all that important anyway. For a number of reasons, he's about to be going to go do Force Evolution 2, where he's going to kill not one but two Yoshis, so it really wouldn't make sense for him to, like, hold that blue Yoshi as precious.
Sentimental value, maybe.
This is
Interesting.
not a save the Yoshi.
Those engineers at Chernobyl weren't really appreciated either, author blues.
Well, I mean,
God.
today just had a lot of animal
Lambie,
killing
yeah.
anyway.
What was that one run? Like that was
That blue Yoshi was a precious warrior.
I thought that
Was
was
he?
Goth's run. This
Was
was
it?
the Yoshi.
I did see
Yoshi's
Yoshi.
yours.
Is that
right?
you?
Who made that category.
I
thought you
killed,
were,
I
like,
killed
eat
a
the
lot of
Yoshi
animals.
Well,
Not just the
Meabrams
dogs.
actually came up with the idea.
Yoshi
Oh,
abuse
really?
percent. Yeah, Yoshi really is just like
you
Mario's
were the first to
battered
run it?
wife.
I was the first to actually try to speedrun it for real.
No wonder why the Yoshi.
I was confusing a Yoshi run that you
had
did
their
with
own
one that you
game
did.
without Mario.
Oh.
Link did feed the Yoshi,
That's what I'm thinking.
where you had to get each color Yoshi to eat a turtle shell of the same color.
Yeah, I remember.
Fuck
That's
this
what I
level.
Yeah.
It's your favorite.
Yes, it is.
It's your favorite
Good
level
old
in the game.
Pepsi
Still,
Lake.
it's pretty consistent level. It's not too bad.
Switch to Yoshi is a crazy category though, because it involves a lot of glitches to
What,
get
no one likes
optimal
Pepsi?
route.
I don't know.
That's cool.
What are you talking about, man?
Well, I don't drink
What
soda,
happened?
period, so
I love me some Pepsi.
coffee lake.
So he's going to be
That's
taking this
good.
opportunity to quick walk over to Force Evolution, but not before going ahead and doing the exit that he skipped earlier.
Hey, shout outs to for remembering to do this.
Rupert does have a good memory.
Shadows only need to eat 4 Koopas though. That's bizarre.
What's that really only 4 off?
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
From Lambie so lovely, so lovely. Sacrifices within my eyes skills so we become live eternally.
I have no idea why, but for some reason the red Yoshi in this stage only needs to eat 4 Koopas to grow up. I honestly have no idea why that is. It's completely different than other Yoshis that have to eat 5 to grow up.
So all the other ones have to, I thought it had to do with like, it's almost like you were eating 2 things at once.
Mm-mm. I don't think
Because you hear him like swallow like.
I wondered that.
it could be. Maybe that is
But
it,
none
but
of
I
the
don't
other
think
Roop,
so.
I'm glad you're keeping chat logs back. I want to frame like everything Slices said.
Yeah.
Slices said some
For
good
Lambie
stuff.
so loved the Southern Speedrunner Summit that he sacrificed his beloved IL skills, so Rupert's run might live eternally.
You got a Morgan Freeman voice for that?
That was good.
Yeah, can we just have him? Can we just have him read the entire chat to us?
Yeah.
LOL.
Kappa,
Bible
Kappa.
reference.
You have a Morgan Freeman voice, huh?
No, don't. Not a good one. Not a good one.
He's got a decent one.
I know my limits.
I'm scared.
Actually, JC has the best Morgan Freeman voice of anyone I know.
You know, he's got the best Morgan Freeman voice.
Morgan Freeman.
Exactly.
No, I don't think
These-
Morgan Freeman does a very good Morgan Freeman
These
impression.
Lackey Twos have been scary, and then he did that. But
Yeah.
we're
Nice.
good. We're good.
Nice. Roop.
My boy Rupert holding it down.
Just Rupert.
Easy peasy.
I feel like our viewers have explained your red
Oh,
Yoshi.
J-Lo is right about that actually.
3 can count us.
Because if he
Because you
That's
hear
what
it
I
swallow.
thought.
You hear it
But-
swallow twice. One
No,
for the
I mean,
little dude and
I
one
know.
for the shell.
But the
Yeah.
others
But
don't do that.
It doesn't. That's not the way it counts. The only thing that's possible is the fact that because the first 2 Koopas you eat them in such quick succession. I think there might be a glitch involved with that. But I have no idea. I was just commenting that I always.
Easy.
First try every time.
Go!
Awesome.
Easy every time.
we can all
It
respect
is
that.
easy every time.
Oh yeah.
We all know how to do that one.
We're all moderately
done
fast
that,
Mario.
I've never
Right?
done the
I
hard
think.
glitch. No.
Aw, burn.
Only easy for me.
Man, grow the fuck up.
Oh god.
Fuck that. I played
Learn
39.
fucking hard clip
I
already.
play-
Jesus Christ.
I played 39 other games.
I still have
Yeah.
my hard clip, no Star Wars scars.
Aw.
So painful.
Yeah. Anyways.
Learn it anyway.
My,
Too easy.
Quit making
Wait,
excuses.
you didn't get a
Nowadays,
one
to
up
get
from
some
that.
redemption against
That was
them,
weird.
'cause that was
Oh,
behind
He
you.
kicked it right before he went
Oh,
down.
he kicked it.
Yeah.
Or like head to head.
You don't need that one up. You don't want that. It just goes into the
Yeah,
sky.
it's gonna
Just
float
goes
away.
away. What do you?
Messed up a lot.
False promise.
I was glad it showed.
I like the S in the forest.
That's all I had.
Convenient.
Interesting pattern.
I always said it was a better use of it.
Almost like it's playing.
It's always very interesting to look at how different categories route forced evolution because, I mean, there you go, so you got it. So realistically, that's a very difficult world to route without doing a whole bunch of extra overworld movement, but it seems like every category has not only a different route through it, but a seemingly optimal route through it, which is really interesting to me.
That is. It's a really strangely designed overworld.
Yeah, it's a submap that has all but 2 exit stages, which makes it a very confusing sort of mishmash of stages. But somehow every route seems to have a very optimal movement through it, even though almost all of the routes do it differently, or all the categories do it differently.
I bet the amount of time,
Let's see how this one's going.
the amount of time between levels on the overworld is like if you timed it, you'd probably see some interesting numbers.
Right. Yeah, Dr. Cool actually has a graph that shows each stage and how many frames it takes to walk from one to the other.
Oh wow.
And so anytime someone comes up with a new category, he basically uses that to figure out what the optimal
Well, and
overall
also,
movement
like,
is.
you need to know the amount of time that it takes initially for the
Mhm.
route to, like, or for the little roadway to show up.
Dude, that's really serious.
Well, I mean, it's kind of...
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's neat stuff to nerd out over.
Roop, I think you missed the cake.
Speaking of that, shout out
That was a good door.
Yeah, it was.
Seriously.
Was
that-
that like a frame perfect door?
He hit the P-switch in midair and landed right at the door and went into it. It's like that, I mean, that's not easy. It was really cool.
Where's all the final
Yeah.
boss of this game?
They really were.
Pretty much.
Yeah, Roop's had really good menus, level entrances, and doors this run. And all of those things they're small, but they really add up.
Yeah, the only real hiccup Rupert's had so far was just a little bit toward the beginning of Special World, but otherwise this has been a really solid run.
A little bit in Cheeseburger area too, but he recovered from it.
That wasn't that. Yeah, that wasn't so bad.
The start select was brilliant.
I have to say,
Yeah.
one of the main
That was
benefits
clutch.
of doing things no cape is to look as cool as possible.
It really is.
Doing
Oh,
just that.
There's no way to not look cool doing no cape categories.
I think the swag is overwhelming.
Oh, yeah.
Not gonna do FOI1 wings, huh? Okay.
He doesn't do any wings. He won't learn.
Well,
I've
it's
tried to pressure.
well, half of the joke there is that the only consistent way to get FOI1 wings involves a cape in the setup. So
And I think you don't save anything if you miss it the first time.
if you miss it the first time, you've already lost time.
Yeah.
If you get it right the first time, you save 4 seconds.
That's very worthwhile.
I don't know, man. Kakusho does it in his runs, and I mean, I don't know. He's pretty handsome.
I just want to see some runs with tubular wings.
The
First
time, every time.
Nice one, Roop. All of the active 96 runners are doing tubular wings in their runs now.
Are they now?
Yeah, there's a consistent setup for it now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't think so, man.
It's not fun, but it's possible.
I remember back when like Virus was first like messing with it.
If you do it relatively quickly, you can save, I think it's something like 11 or 16 seconds doing tubular wings. I don't remember.
16?
Yeah, it's big. Because you don't have to do the fanfare at the end. You get wings and you out.
More wings.
You out.
That's a lot of seconds.
You get the P switch stuck in the pipe in the right way, and then you scroll the screen to get it to move into the wings block, and it dupes it to the left.
So it's a
Or into the
different kind
people
of
in.
dupe.
No, not really.
It's just a weird way of it being set up.
Yeah, it's a setup because
Yeah.
there's really no other way. Yeah, there's really no other way to dupe that block to the left except for getting a P switch stuck inside the top the pipe. So.
Oh no, think about it. I think I saw Aaron messing with that setup one day.
Yeah. It was discovered like first few days of, or not discovered, but the first few days of SGDQ, Lambie came up with a setup for doing consistent tubular wings. And I say consistent with like huge air quotes because he made a spreadsheet that showed all of his attempts to get tubular wings, and there were quite a few of them where he gave up because after 50 screen scrolls nothing happened.
Oh, wow.
So consistent.
Very consistent.
Nice. I always thought that was a really neat trick for that.
Yeah.
Was using the key going into Yoshi's mouth to make the turn blocks turn so you can get in there.
Yeah.
Oh, that is cool.
I always thought that was a really fun sort of weird physics thing in Super Mario World.
Is that where the Goomba Club is for?
Yeah.
For small, I guess it's for
Mm-hmm. And it's a nightmare.
small. Yeah, I'm
Does Roop have to ride this entire thing since he doesn't have a
Yeah.
Will it damage boost the spikes?
he
Or?
can't?
You didn't
Oh,
have
Yeah, 'cause
room.
he's only.
Yeah, he's got plenty of room. He'll damage boost the spikes. Well, I mean, if he wants to.
Yeah, if I
He's
don't
his
get
own
hit
man.
beforehand.
I didn't know if he.
Actually,
could
Panga's
just-
last task he did, he came up with something that might be RTA viable to skip some of this ride in No Cape. But it
That'd be
involves
nice.
getting P-speed early and spin jumping on those Potoboos before they even spawn. Like spin jumping before you see them and just trusting you'll land on them. So not fun. Really great.
Sweet.
Nice.
That's so funny.
Oh my days!
It helps with the fight.
It's Bowser manipulation.
Roop, you missed a cake there too.
I love how he just does it with a straight face.
That one was
Just keep
free too.
skipping them, man.
Yeah,
There's like free.
there was a
ones
green block right
everywhere.
there.
God.
Those things are worth.
You can
1,000 points.
you can afford to stop for a few seconds, dude.
No time.
That 112 Roy's. Well, sub 112 actually. This
It was actually really great that he was able to do the damage boost still because he only had a mushroom and he didn't have a backup power up, and it's really, really hairy whether or not you're going to make it through that block ride without getting hit by one of those Potoboos. It seems like unless you have really good control over your camera, you're always going to end up riding with one who just has a bloodlust for you.
Yeah. That's actually a pretty cool design that
Yeah.
Cobra can get in there. Because it's usually when you're up high, too. It just like just makes it right in.
And he's stuck, and you're stuck, and you hate everything.
Because he's doing good.
Alright.
Nice. The strats.
It's a shame you couldn't randomize the Potobos in Randomizer
Oh,
if
God.
a Roy fly.
Please no.
God.
Oh, no, why?
Fucking why would you even want to?
Sky,
Nothing
please.
sounds good about that. Or beneficial.
It's a real thing.
Imagine flying through
We're gonna make our
No.
lives
Why don't we
a
just
What
living
are you
take
hell.
practicing?
I know.
Not one.
Why don't we just take the Bowser fight and put 3 of them there?
Yeah.
That's actually a pretty cool idea.
Just like a bunch of.
Let's take the
Yeah.
Bowser fight and make the Mecha Koopas invincible.
I'm giving Author Blues ideas. It's not good.
I could see it.
Randomizing
Why
the
not just give me
Potobos.
some
Snake
seconds
Bowser.
to do that? Yeah, with that.
No one will ever turn that one
No
on.
fuck.
That's a really annoying stage to do.
Yeah.
I feel like you get the easy end of the stick though, that you get to have a Yoshi in there, which is really nice because a lot of that stage is a nightmare without him.
This
I
thing
think
is
this
kind of a
stage
pain
is
as
hard
well.
without.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fuck this
Oh my
stage.
gosh, yeah,
Without
this stage
cape.
sucks without a cape.
The cool thing is if you go fast through this stage, it always feels really cool when you don't ever get hit by the fish and boo.
Yeah.
Like it just
lines up.
Oh,
yeah.
Rupert.
door of death, dude. Yep, he goes for it.
That's okay. That's okay.
Well, he's got a second try if he wants it.
Try again. Oh, that's not right. Oh, I guess.
Oh, you got another power up right there.
Go for it.
Third try's the charm, buddy.
This run.
This run's been a real treat.
Yeah, it is.
Dude, shout outs to power ups.
Shout out to Roop.
Shout outs to boo lasers.
What's the next
Laser.
really tough thing?
Next really tough
Oh,
thing.
Scorpion Chocolate
Never
Island
give up.
3.
Chocolate Secret can be really rough. I don't think Chocolate Island 3 is that bad in this category.
Dude, no.
Chocolate
That's-
Secret is rough though.
Chocolate Secret.
Anytime you're on the
What
ground in
about the
Chocolate
fort?
Secret is
Isn't-
annoying.
Isn't the fort kind of tough?
Oh yeah.
Fort's always tough.
The fort's tough with or without cape.
I'm gonna back off on this just a little
Good
bit.
call. This room right here kind of sucks.
It's one of those rooms where every time you think, oh yeah, I know this room, it's gonna go fine. And you just try to go.
The room is really fun, except for one.
Oh man, you had the blocks. How do you respond to the claims that having those blocks filled in is literally cheating?
Right.
I'm just asking for a friend.
Have you ever gone into this level without a cave and realized you can't glide across it?
Oh yeah, we've all died there once or twice.
Several times.
Oh.
Venetary, please.
Jesus
Did
Yeah,
Christ.
you say
Catch up.
Venetary,
Yeah,
please?
that was pretty
Yes.
good. That was good, Jory.
Right. Back in the game.
There you go, Roop. Way to pick it up.
What up, Mel?
Hey, Mel.
Fucking you people in party fouls.
Damn.
Shout outs to footballs.
That's Venetary.
Almost dropped another one.
Shout out to people kicking bottles over.
Shout out to Yoshi, because he's gone.
Alright.
How did he make it all the way? He bounced off the wall.
He must have.
That was incredible. I was like, did Yoshi
Did he just
despawn?
Did he just throw Yoshi at the wall like a backboard?
Yeah, that's what happened. Nice.
Swoosh from downtown.
He's on fire. Would have been great if we got the firefly though.
Another interesting nerdy tidbit is something you can see right here is those slopes, those layer 2 slopes right there, the yellow ones. If you jump very soon after landing on them, it doesn't actually trigger the falling mechanism. So you can make it all the way across them without them ever lowering. Well, actually, I don't think that's true because I don't think you can make the jump across the one that's flat. And if you touch the one that's flat, it's going.
Overworld route from here on out is just the same as
It's 96 exit,
Yeah.
pretty much, yeah.
It's very straightforward from here.
Kind of in that last third of the run, right? Or
Yeah, after you
Not
get out
last
of after
leg,
you get out of
but-
after you get out of forest, it all starts to look a lot more familiar, and it's no less annoying.
yeah, you're out of the forest, so to speak.
Conster, get downstairs.
No, Conster, that's a whole different type of level playing.
Oh.
I'll have to go back and get
Back
him.
there.
Okay.
He's teching it up.
Thanks, Doug.
So, got some time to kill.
Bad donations?
Why's Conster got mom?
Yeah. Take that away.
House down
Fix
yet.
that
He's
problem.
okay.
He hasn't burned the house. Too bad, yeah.
Too bad. Just a little bit of burn.
Swag.
Just the kitchen.
How many
that one.
things has
Take over.
Monster burned?
Those brownies did turn out really good, though.
They did, considering.
Have to admit that.
So unfortunately, I have to go back and pick up Yoshi since I lost him in the last level.
We put in the microwave.
It's alright.
I don't know if I would have mixed mint and peanut butter. But
No.
Yeah, that's...
I liked it.
I think regular Oreos would have been a lot more successful.
Yeah.
Like, the concept
Regular
was
Oreos
there.
would've been
Dude,
damn good.
what about those peanut butter Oreos they made?
Oh, that would have been great.
Oh, man.
Would that have been peanut butter overload at that point?
No, because
No,
there's
there's
so
not.
much chocolate.
There's no-
There's enough chocolate
What
to
is
balance
what
it.
is peanut butter overload? I'm not familiar with that.
CT, that laugh.
That is a
Oh,
tough grab, and
That
he's
was
going
great.
to reset the shell right here, which
Jesus.
I don't think will get him all the way if he were doing secret exit right now, but it definitely gets him quite a lot of movement here.
You could do
That blue shell grab he did, that's a really tough one.
Are you gonna do it in the air?
Nah.
No, I think he puts it down. He grabs the other one right here.
I just pick him up.
Yeah, I do the
Nice.
same thing. Roop.
You knew that you'd be fine.
Something to me is really funny about Darbian using an emote of himself in the chat.
Shout out to Wally Bear.
Yep.
Yeah, when's our Wally Bear?
My son will only now refer to Darbian as that guy who dresses up as a bear when he streams.
Aww.
You hear that, Darby? And you're not ever allowed to not be a
How
bear.
is sunglasses and a yellow shirt dressing up like a bear?
Because you dressed up like the character, and he's a bear.
Yeah, kids aren't stupid.
So
they
that
got
guy who streams is a bear.
I would have dressed like Wally's dad, but Twitch doesn't like that.
No pants, easy life. Nice.
The wallpaper was still the best part about
That was
it.
That was a good stage. Those blue shell grabs right at the beginning. The timing for that grab is actually more complicated than it looks.
14 more stars, Roop?
Yep.
He's going for 95. It just why wouldn't he?
No, I want that to happen very badly. Only problem is if he misses it, it's a bonus game.
This is a dumb nightmare stage, and however it goes, I'm proud of Rupert.
Yeah.
Did you put another one of those in the cooler?
Oh, no.
Is that
Shout to beer. Take passion like mad.
Shoutouts to Death Pets.
Yeah.
Shout out to school.
Nice. 64 room 1 is not bad.
Yeah, that's my last one where you can have it because there's a ton of sugar in there. Yeah.
This room's really fun. It's
It is.
doable. I can do this room.
Yeah, this room's not even hard with no cape. You just have, if you just keep going and sort of trust it to work, it usually does.
It's just, it's actually really hard with.
Rupert, please.
Yeah.
We
It's
do it
more
the real
difficult.
way. Do it
Yeah,
the
it's
real
more
way.
difficult with cape probably.
It's a pretty nice restaurant.
Dude, shout outs to Reznor.
Rupert.
Good.
Restaurant's like,
Stop.
alright, you don't have any power ups, so
Good
I'll be
saves,
cool."
dude. Good saves.
He just said that to him so he
My
wouldn't
heart. He cannot take it.
That's on.
Gotta make it a little
Was it
bit.
that raspberry?
Elizabeth,
cranberry?
I'm coming.
I have no sugar from the school.
You still have donuts?
Well, if you don't know the context of that statement, it sounds way different.
Shout out.
Shout out to Carol Lee.
Yeah.
Hashtag Carolee.
Carolee
Hashtag
Donuts.
sponsor of SSS2.
Shouts to Dark Divine 4 doesn't.
You should have seen
Jesus
my
Christ.
Did he finish his tutorials? Was that looked?
I'm pretty sure
Nice.
he did.
That stage is really annoying casually, or I mean in general without a cape, because a lot of those jumps to the next carrot top platform is completely blind.
Yes!
Yes!
Those donuts, click on that.
Shout out to donuts.
We should
Shout
go to
outs
them
to
next time
Carolee
we're having an
Donuts.
event and just order donuts, honest, in bulk.
Yeah.
We did that.
No, I mean
Well.
in advance.
Oh, in
You can
advance,
usually
yeah.
get a good price on stuff like that for an event.
That's a good point.
We buy enough donuts from him.
So, who needs that mushroom?
Those are the best donuts I've ever had.
You should have seen Darkman when he saw the list of donuts the first time.
Also, love everything.
He's just like, I want all of them.
And he got all of
He
them.
got all of them, and he started making a tier list. I need to find out the results of that.
Well, I mean, unfortunately, some
I told him he had to paste it for Paste Bin Monday.
Cookies and cream and coconut butter between.
Oh man,
Bye,
that sucks.
Yoshi.
She's like, I'm free!
Yeah. I know what you were gonna do with me.
Just have to go back and get him in and take him
Yeah,
back.
there's no choice. You got to get one
Yeah.
for Sunken.
Yep.
He knew your
for something
plans.
is going to be used as a damage boost.
Yeah, he uses it to get through the boo rings.
Well, while I'm at
TSK again.
it.
Start speed running again.
Yeah.
Stop saying you're going to and then not doing it. That just gets people's
Just
hopes
do
up.
it.
TSK,
Just
I love
actually
you.
do
Don't
it.
let your dreams be dreams.
TSK, I love you.
Texas speedrun.
Good call.
Yeah.
My Might have
Just
been
let
a
that
little
one
bit extra
go.
crispy after that one.
Lot of extraneous chat.
What?
Sorry,
I'd really prefer if you just be quiet.
I thought I was in my classroom for a minute. Like, my bad, guys.
Class never.
I'm gonna wait on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Deathwing does the fast Wendy's too. Okay,
Yeah, I've been practicing that strat lately. That's tough.
it's really hard.
I think I'm gonna start doing exactly what you're doing right now.
You mean playing with the Potaboos?
Potaboos, yeah.
They're fun.
That's too fun.
Thanks, Tepik, for coming and hanging out with us.
Really? Hey. Should have been our finale. That should have been our finale, this one.
That castle isn't fun, period.
Right.
Some people have to
Not
work
at all.
tomorrow.
The first room can be kind of cool if you do it really well with a cape, but
Yeah.
I know what
Wendy doesn't have any good castles, period.
I'm bigger than
Hotel
that's
Mario.
what I'm doing.
Hotel Mario for sure.
Wendy's castle in Hotel Mario is sick.
That's a really
Maybe
good
your
point.
hotel?
Is there no legit
Wendy's hotel?
no-cape
Yeah.
speed strat for the second room of Wendy's?
Yeah, there is.
Yeah.
There is.
Yeah.
There is. It's just crazy.
There is. It's just really challenging
Yeah, it's tough to pull that off. And
because you have to
that's why I
maintain.
didn't go
You know that the early on area in the room where there's those little basically triangles made out of blocks. You have to keep your piece speed between those.
So you have to jump on the first one and then
The
on the
south.
You have to jump in between them, so you're keeping your piece speed in between. It's tough. It works though.
Dang. I didn't think there would be enough
Yeah,
space.
the ceiling hasn't gone high enough at that point for you to be able to jump on top of them. You have to jump at the bottom of them.
I hate this level. This
Yeah.
level always gives me trouble.
Well, the good thing is having Yoshi is going to make it so that Boo Ring despawn or no Boo Ring despawn. Who cares?
Yeah, you can
Just
always
blast
get
through it.
in the next room.
Arthur and I are gonna race Hotel Mario at the next event.
If I can get a copy of
I need
it,
to get a CDI.
and I need to get a copy of Hotel Mario.
I don't know
I'll
why.
track them down. I'll
Okay.
get 2 copies.
All right, you source it for me, and I'll race you.
We're good.
That's the ACMLM suggest on the Hotel Mario.
Yeah, exactly. I have no problem. That'll be great.
ACM knows what's up.
Yeah, he does.
I wasn't aware of how easy. Like, I just forgot that you can lose Yoshi and then get Yoshi back.
Get it back.
Well, the only issue with that is that when you get knocked off a Yoshi or you lose a power-up or something like that, the whole screen freezes. But the only people who don't adhere to the screen freezing is the ghost clouds. So they keep going, so they completely ruin your ability to make the cycles you need to make. The timer on them continues. Shoutouts to Orb.
Author Blues.
Author
This
Blues.
runs DQ now, right?
Yeah, that's
I
perfect.
thought Orb was banned.
Yeah. This runs DQ. Get speed, please.
Speed pool.
You
Joe
know
Buster.
exactly what stream delay is.
I'm very interested to see like what path you take with Yoshi.
You're gonna get top,
I remember
right?
Author
Yeah,
Blues'
it's the same as-
doodle.
I love Top Path.
It's a crap path if you've got cape, but it's so nice.
Oh, I like that.
Top
nice.
Path with cape is the ACMLM strat.
It's the easiest
Thor the
strat.
Prince speed runs.
Oh,
That's a shame you can't grab those blue blocks.
Yeah.
He hasn't needed as much here, though.
What teabag?
Yeah, that's true.
So fun, nerdy
Yeah, but I mean,
author
like,
blues
just to
moment here.
accelerate,
You
like,
could,
the
there is a glitch where you can carry an item while you're riding on Yoshi, which isn't really hard to pull off, except for as a special case, throw blocks. If you're holding them, they actually injure you if you're riding Yoshi while you hold them.
That's weird.
So you couldn't carry one through the goalpost if you wanted to.
This piece speed's pretty hard here. I think. It's like groups.
oh, I lost my piece.
Oh yeah, I would have definitely grabbed that rainbow shell.
That looks
Not bad,
interesting though, Cave. I like it.
Huh?
Bye, Yoshi.
Oh wait, I'm. Wait, I gotta go back.
I thought you-
It's not
I
this.
had that reaction.
I was going to say something, but I really thought you knew something I did not.
There we go.
You're welcome.
I'll come back and do that later.
Sky saved us on that one because the rest of us didn't really know what the hell was going on.
Yeah,
Good
no.
job,
We thought you
Sky.
had
Like,
something that
also-
like up your
Yeah.
sleeve. We're like, what is he doing?
I thought there was some new strat that I just wasn't
I
aware
Yeah,
of.
exactly.
I have not seen the route since Wasmanin updated it, so I'm prepared to be surprised
Right.
a lot.
Well, I thought I would ask. just
So I
to-
saw that and I was like,
No.
I bet there's some reason why he wants to not have a Yoshi going into the next stage.
No, I'll be completely honest. I had no fucking clue.
Right.
I was like, Sky. No quick way to do this, really.
Well, not without Cape. But
There
it
you
is,
go. It's in the hole.
it is kind of a neat trick to know exactly where to put the final line of
Yeah.
to be able to jump
Yeah.
through easily. It's one tile above the top of the screen is where you're aiming
I
for.
remember that room always being hard as a kid. Trying to get 96 exits, that one wasn't hard.
I still find it hard to get it with the cape. Just like jump it up and turn the loop around.
Do you know about holding down and right?
Yeah.
And it still gets you.
Thanks,
Because
Caroline.
that made it way easier for me.
I think it's just something I need to work on. I don't earn really any categories that go through the
I'm like,
ghost house, so I don't practice much.
yeah.
That's why you got to do 96
Apparently
exits.
people wanted to go global.
But then I have to
Right.
learn 96 exit.
You gotta do all Ghost House. Sky Brigade.
Oh, ghost house. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta join in the October.
Yeah.
Thunder.
That's gonna be fun.
Oh, that's
Oh,
the
You
bad thing that
almost-
happens.
You almost had it. though.
Yeah, unfortunately, those timed carrot top platforms, they warp your feet to them. So
I love speed terms.
is that a technical term, Mr. Blues?
that's actually the term that Lunar Magic uses for them. It calls them
Yeah.
carrot top
No,
platforms.
that's right. That's
I'm trying to
perfect.
think of, like, the best term we have in Super Mario World.
You want it?
Oh, sorry.
14.
It's done.
How many more till we get to 95?
Done.
I'm not very good at math.
Alright.
52? You can get 52. You got this.
Oh, so you're gonna have 95 stars? Is that the
Double
hope?
fisted.
That's the
That's
hot
what you've
meme.
been doing. If you do that,
You can't handle a lemon lime sky.
Well, you've only got one more gold tape to go, so you got to get 52 on this gold tape.
oh.
He falls asleep. I go. You
There's,
want him.
there's no caffeine. That's right.
What is this?
Not caffeine, sugar.
So sugar, I fall asleep and you don't.
I just get too hard brown sugar.
Get too hyper.
Hard to imagine.
You would be the only person who has ever gotten hyper eating sugar.
Right.
It's bad, bro.
Good job keeping Yoshi.
Hey, Sky,
Nice.
donut.
I remember losing Yoshi there.
I've had
in the
enough
96
donuts for
exit.
It's so heartbreaking when you lose a Yoshi in that stage.
Donut.
Then they would
Also,
let me
ew.
finish it because it wasn't my exit.
Yeah.
Had to do that.
This guy's a troublemaker. One.
This guy wants some sweet.
Nice.
Oh, this is weird. Yeah, they're playing Swedish Fish. Maybe they want
See Swedish fish.
That's awesome.
Dude, these grabs
Swedish
are
fish?
crazy.
Swedish fish.
You like
Somebody
Swedish
hand-
fish? That is a nice touch.
I hear there's Swedish fish.
Nice.
Here you go.
Up to the front row. Yeah.
This stage is another one of those ones that's really nice because it looks way harder than it actually is. That's not to say that this isn't a tough stage, but it looks way harder than it is, and it just looks impressive because of it.
Just show 'em all on your
Those are my
Make
favorite
little
SMW
four.
stages. Are the ones that are fairly easy to
Slowly
pull
shoot
off,
through the
and they
levels.
are so hard to do,
It's
or so easy to do.
Hey,
They just make you look cool automatically.
This
I love
95
Swedish fish.
brought to you by Swedish
They
fish.
can't even call them Swedish fish because that's copyright. These are red fish.
Those are technically generic red fish.
You know, I just realized Rupert got more stars.
I somehow missed that also.
This coin total is also a multiple of 11.
Oh,
I think he's done going through gates though at this point.
Yep.
Yep.
So that's the final count.
95.
We were promised 95 star points, but
Reset and do it again.
Oh,
oh, is it good?
Nice.
Whenever I see this level, I just think WMS.
Yes. I mean, you can
Oh,
keep them,
nice.
but
I haven't played that.
this is
I
the
mean, you
worst
can
part
keep them,
about
but-
having to You have to deal with measurable BS.
Nice,
Oh.
dude.
Way better this way.
am I passing these around?
Yeah, whenever you're done, just pass them back.
A lot of camera manipulation in this level. It's pretty cool.
Here, I'm passing it back to you.
Yeah, it allows you to get the pencils to come down earlier.
Look at my nerves.
Nice.
5
That was a
Oreo
really good
ice cream
level.
sandwiches, blues.
134.10
blood
on
sugar.
that.
You're dead
This
to me.
is really good
Wait,
place.
What
what?
is he referring to?
You're not
He always gave me a hard
PvP,
time whenever I
sorry.
would drink Sunkiss.
No, well,
Because he said, you know that bottle of
No, I
Sunkiss
didn't
is
say
secret.
Men's Health magazine said it.
Yeah, a reputable source of actual news.
God, Darby. And it's good.
How small are those Oreo ice cream sandwiches, though?
Yay big by yay big.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm just looking out for it.
At what point did Slice Mage become such a filthy memer?
Oh, he's fucking Canadian.
He's always been.
It's true.
We're
Never can
coming
trust
down to the
Canadians.
wire here now.
As someone who's lived in Canada for 4 years, they are nice people, but very memey.
Filthy memers.
I've been watching Slice Meme for like 3 years now.
Are you supposed to keep peace speak there?
yeah.
It's possible, but hard.
Video that taught me how to orb.
Nice.
Okay, here you go, buddy.
Bye, Yoshi. Hi, Yoshi.
Bye.
Bye, Yoshi.
Missed the-
Bye, Yoshi.
Hi, Yoshi.
See, Rupert,
Bye.
He's
I
like
assume
crying for you. He's like, wait.
No, I assume you're planning to
Hey,
go through the sandbar, right?
No.
No sandbar
In
club?
the drain.
can you sandbar clip without a cape?
Yeah, the cape's not important to the sandbar.
Oh.
You went
I love that you went for the sandbar club
Yeah.
right there.
So I'm guessing that skip is actually possible with.
It's probably
Without
super hard.
That would have been
No.
amazing.
It's not.
I don't think so.
Yeah, because
I- I've usually lost cape at this point when I do no Star World, so I actually do that. That little.
You do the no kick strats.
Yeah.
I actually wasn't trying to do the
I
sandbar clip
respect
there. I was
that.
just
He
trying
was
to get
just
that normal
trying to-
skip. And you can
yeah.
get it. I just messed up
Do
the
the
jump.
cycle skip. You,
I find
It's
that
a
setup
way
is a lot
late.
easier if you start from the right than start from the left,
Yeah.
but the timing's different.
This is not that bad if you're small, but if you're...
Yeah,
There you
Oh,
go.
right.
That's what I was trying to do, but it's a little tough.
Nice.
Easy every time.
As, big
No
one.
shots fired. I love Canada.
Shots fired.
No, I spent half the year there and half the year here.
kind of from there.
Yeah, exactly. Being
Projectiles
from-
propelled.
Being from there and all.
5 Oreo ice cream sandwiches, please.
dude, shout out to Sandbar.
Yeah.
Get some stuff at the store later. I can get ice cream sandwiches.
Please no.
We could get stuff to make cookies and we could make our own ice cream sandwiches. Like from
man.
scratch. I'll make you cookies from scratch.
I think I've
My
gained
KitchenAid is
15
here.
That sounds
pounds
pretty
during
dang.
this summer.
You want cookies from scratch?
Sure.
What kind of cookies?
If you're making ice cream sandwiches, I can just rub it in Darbian's face. But now I can actually eat the 5 ice cream sandwiches.
I'll drink a
I can
Sun
make
Kiss
big
if you
chocolate
do.
chips and we can put vanilla ice cream on them in the middle. And you eat
These
them
are
like ice
such
cream
good
sandwich.
ideas.
Well, I didn't get it.
Well, if I had my deep fryer, I would then coat them in chocolate and deep fry them,
Oh,
but I
God,
did not
please.
bring my deep fryer. Nobody requested anything deep fried this event.
I'm okay with that.
For future reference, I request everything I eat to be deep fried.
Well, I mean, we have Bojangles.
That's how you know we're in
down
the
here.
south.
Does
When
that
someone
count?
requested that.
The rest of it does X Dragon.
If it exists, I've deep fried it.
No, I had never tried really like a fried Oreo, and I tried it recently, and it was awesome.
Yes, it is.
If Darbian's got a big pot, we can fry stuff like that. in
Empty,
that.
I want the
I'll deep
Oreo
fry you
ice
some
cream
Oreos if
sandwich.
I'm making cookie
I'm
batter.
getting simple
Then-
I just want French fries.
Dude,
Dirty
try
Yankee.
French fries with gravy.
Can we get deep
French
fried poutine?
French
Poutine.
fries.
No, don't just say
Can we
French.
get some deep fried
Hang on, guys.
sounds
Yeah,
good.
Guys.
Oh, shoot.
It's okay.
So Rupert's actually on really good pace right here.
Yeah, he's not quite sub 140, but this is a really damn.
He's
good time
he's
for
about
95.
at 140 pace almost.
95, yeah?
Yeah, maybe just...
Yeah, it'll be 140 at.
He's at like 140 30 pace.
Yeah.
6 ice
Yeah.
cream sandwiches.
His 5 sandwiches were perfectly healthy.
6 Oreo ice cream sandwiches.
Garb, I'm just all I'm gonna say.
That was really impressive.
That was-
tonight. Whatever we end
Yeah,
up
that's
doing.
That
a
was-
raid message.
That's our raid
That is
message.
really good.
That was
I
really
like
impressive
that.
keeping peace speed through dark room.
I love seeing a good dark room. I know it's short.
Alright.
I know
So we're
it.
making
Hell,
6 ice creams.
No, he's not gonna be.
I make
He's not gonna
perfectly
be
fine,
something
you
for
know.
No, it's not possible, but
Not even.
But-
Yeah.
Well, pretty much before.
For a second.
I figured I'd be
We're looking
pretty
at
quick to
41.
run those around.
this was a really great run.
30.
Hey, Dragon, you're next in like 2 minutes. So.
Yeah, I know.
Nice.
I need like a SNES controller and like a Switch.
And there's us.
These are all
Controllers everywhere.
What about Colin?
Let me be asked nicely to people. I personally don't share my controllers. I hate the sound of it crumbling under everyone's hands.
Right.
That sound when people hold their controllers tight, it hurts me when it's my controller.
What if I had your controller just after eating Doritos?
No, thank you.
Now, this is insanely good pace.
Yeah, we're looking at probably about a 141.
Concerts here for the speed games.
Concert's got his orange juice. He's ready.
It's Xbox. You gotta have it.
Nice. So that was ball skip.
That was, yeah.
So that's gonna save him several seconds.
Hell yeah.
But doesn't the ball skip setup only save about a second?
No.
No,
A
it
lot
saves.
more than
It,
It
it
saves
def-
more. I remember getting.
Wow!
Everyone thought
That can be our raid message.
6 like that.
Oh, that's amazing.
That must be our raid message. It's too good.
Man, that not only is that a great message that we can use for a raid tonight, but also that's a great way for Slice Mage to get banned in my channel.
Good way to end this run.
Right.
Nice job.
Yes.
Yes.
It's an amazing run. Time. It's 140.
Nice.
46.
Sub 141.
Wow.
Hey, nice one.
That was really
That was
good.
really
Rupert.
good. Rupert.
Congratulations.
That was a great
forget
run.
to
Congratulations.
I'm just impressed that you were able to put together a run with such
Yeah,
absurd conversations happening behind you.
Do you know when he plays his best? When you guys are like blabbing on TeamSpeak. Like that's it. He just always should just sit on TeamSpeak with you guys just talking to yourselves.
I mean, that run was okay. It's only 10 minutes better than my
If it
PB.
gets through the world record, I am more than happy
Wow.
to blab
Yeah,
on
that's-
TeamSpeak.
Really good.
That was so good. Rupert.
Well, if Roop ever wants to hang out on TeamSpeak, he knows where to find me.
Aww.
I'll get him his sub Waz
Just
pace.
know he's not gonna
Josh,
talk.
that show was
I don't
You
know.
just have to keep talking to him.
That
That's
was
fine.
Oh, wait. I don't want to be the stick in the mud. We have
What?
to file
Clap.
check.
Gotta
Clap,
clap.
clap.
Yeah, he's got to clap
Gotta
first.
File check.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have to file check.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Woo! Yay.
Thanks, Tezuka.
Tezuka for life.
What's up, Shitty Bear?
Hey, can we get a shout out to
Shetty
Tezuka
Bear,
for
what's
holding
up,
it down?
man?
Yeah.
Shetty Bear?
Shitty Bear.
Name wrong.
What?
I haven't seen Shetty Bear in so long. How you?
I think
how you
Shetty's
doing?
in the mystery tour.
Is he?
Yeah, he was in the last one.
Shetty was
Shout outs to
around,
Shetty Bear.
Like, really early on when I started running Mario World. That was like in early 2013.
Well, shout outs to Rupert for holding it down.
Hell
Do
yeah.
we not file check?
We
We're
can
in painting run.
this is a
All right,
marathon.
you gotta
We're
file-
just
should we
doing
file
it.
check now?
It's
That's
successful.
You got to file check. Yeah,
We let the
yeah, we're
credits
not.
roll, okay.
Yeah, we're not doing
We
it.
don't have to let the cards in.
We don't have time for the credits.
Otherwise, I mean, you know, he's gonna have to unpause the timer. We're gonna have to go.
Yeah!
We start on file
Shout
A.
outs to 95 exits, man.
Good job.
Insanely
Oh,
good,
beautiful.
Rupert.
Oh.
That was a pleasure.